Namaste, Taurus. This is your biweekly reading. It's going to go through March 31st, even though that's a little bit more than 2 weeks. I'm just going to take it all the way there, and then hopefully I'll be back on April 1st through the 15th to do it that way with your next reading. All right, so before I actually do any of the cards, I got to tell you about some of the cards I saw when I was shuffling, because it was like, it made me feel that you have, in some relationship or aspect of your life, probably a relationship with another, an actual another person. It can be a friendship, or a familial relationship, a business relationship, like something going on at work, or a romantic relationship. Probably with a water sign, or because people could have, more than one element in the chart, an air sign, and of the air signs, maybe most specifically a Gemini. Some sort of conflict, problem, falling out, breakup, something. Because I kept seeing the Lovers and the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Matter of fact, we're going to begin with the Queen of Swords in a second here too. Just a few different cards that I saw that made me feel that way. And I said, I got to tell them this, separate and apart from whatever may come out. I mean, maybe it'll come out, something will come out to further substantiate that and reconfirm for you too. But I had to tell you. Now, another reason, since I went ahead and mentioned that the Queen of Swords is here, or Queen of Winter, as it's called in this deck, who is experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny, and a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this card can also be here because it may perhaps represent Mercury himself, for one thing, or Venus herself, which is your actual ruler, and is currently located in your sign through April 3rd. So during this period that we're talking about, she's there, and she will remain there for this whole 2 weeks. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. Now, a lot of us around the world, we're sort of, stuck in our homes, at least, for the most part, or trying not to go out, right? Trying to, what do they call it? Social distance ourselves from people. So that may be one of the reasons the Queen of Winter or Swords will show up here too. But some of us may be making like actual permanent adjustments to our lives, or maybe because we're stuck in the house, we're cleaning up, right? We're cleaning up our house. We're packing up things to put into storage or to give away or throw out or whatever. Could show up for that reason too. She is the feng shui queen of the tarot. Also here, Green Man. Green Man is all about abundance, and this retreat into nature could be about you just being in your element. Like it could be like in a metaphorical sense, right? This is all earth. So this is your element, and retreating into nature could just be going within, or again, spending some time with yourself or at home. If you are in an area that is conducive to spending some time out in nature, that may be something else you want to do too. But when the Green Man shows up, more importantly, it is about abundance, that you are receiving or on its way to you. And the power of joy in Maitreya. So this is something good, some sort of blessing, and it could be connected to this retreat into nature, some sort of abundance on its way to you. However, I mentioned I saw a couple of funky cards. We're actually starting with one, and it is the Seven of Swords upright. Now, I'm noticing that right behind it is the High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess for me does represent, and this is not even one of the cards I saw before, but does represent the sign of Gemini. Right? There's the Gemini symbol right there, and or a water sign. So just as I was saying before, maybe this conflict or competition, it could be that you're having with another person in some area of your life. Maybe they are a water sign or a Gemini. Of the water signs, maybe most specifically Pisces, and perhaps the reason you had some sort of problem or perceived problem might not even be a real problem. This card can be about like distrust and second guessing and stuff, but not always. It doesn't always represent something that's actually happening. Maybe because of Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury was retrograde in the sign of Pisces for 4 weeks and then moved into Aquarius. So that could be another reason why there's air here. Moved into Aquarius and then back into Pisces this week it goes. Is today the 16th? I think it's today. If it's not today, the 16th, it's Thursday or Wednesday the 19th. It's one of those. In any case, it happens this week. So maybe the water energy that I was feeling, seeing, sensing, of all the water signs, most specifically a Pisces, and then maybe a Scorpio, because I think one of the cards that I had seen was the Queen of Cups, and the Queens represent most directly the fixed sign of a given element. So for example, the Queen of Pentacles would be you, Taurus, as the fixed sign of the element of Earth. So Pisces, then Scorpio, then Cancer, in that order. All right, so this is your overall energy. It is the Seven of Swords. And again, the Seven of Swords can be about distrust or perhaps competition. It's not a good time for you to be risky with money. And maybe that is because, again, what's going on around the world. But just because it's not a good time for you to be risky and, playing around with it, doesn't mean that you're broke. And doesn't mean that, again, abundance isn't with you and or on its way to you. And, that will help you to be more joyful or to maintain your joy and your peace because you have what you need. This is just saying, it's not a good time to play around too much. Terms of health, if somebody tells you something about your health before you do anything like a procedure or whatever, get like second, third, fourth, opinions. Don't just take the first thing with health. And maybe that's connected to, I don't want to make any of the readings about this coronavirus, but this could be something that's popping up. Like, for example, you have symptoms or you feel that you have symptoms of something. Don't just presume it's, something horrible. It may not be. And I guess alternatively, if you are feeling bad and, don't presume the other way, that's probably no big deal. Get yourself checked out in that case. All right. Terms of love. If you're already in a committed relationship, you guys may have some trust issues. And that, this could be representative of the relationship that I was feeling and saying that, there's some sort of problem in some sort of relationship. Watch passive aggressive behavior. That's not going to make things better. That's not going to help at all. It's just going to be a bigger turnoff. Sometimes in love, when these kind of cards show up, it's like, again, a competition. So, we're keeping up some sort of argument because I got to be right, or I don't know how to explain it, but you guys know what I mean, right? When couples sort of are like competing against each other rather than recognizing each other for, differences and strengths and like respecting and appreciating that, we take it as, I got to like one up this person that I supposedly care about, or they got to try to do that to me all the time rather than, like celebrate me and be joyous with me, be happy with me. So watch out for that sort of thing. In terms of work, when the Seven of Swords comes up, it's like, make sure that you are behaving, in a way that is conducive to keeping your job, that just like pretend when you're working that somebody's always watching you. And that doesn't mean like watching you under threat, like you at risk of being out of a job necessarily. It could be watching you for positive things too. They could be like, looking, there could be competition, maybe that you don't know about for a raise or something, promotion. And you don't know that you're even on the list. You're up for something and they could be watching you to see, I think I'm going to tap that person. But if you're not working, if you're bullshitting or whatever, obviously they're, not likely to ultimately choose you. So make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. If you're looking and avoid things like work politics and things, if you can, and all that kind of drama and stuff that goes on at work. If you're looking for work, speak to people that or like people from your past even. How they say, like, if you have not burned the bridge, right? If you still have that bridge there, it's somebody that you have networked with, they may have something for you if you're looking for work. In general, other than being about a competition, I call this card, I say that it represents the energy of joy stealing. Oh, why didn't that click in my own head? Joy stealing, right? Here's the power of joy, can just make everything better. right? Make you abundant because it makes you think positively, and then you attract positive things into your life. Alternatively, right? Opposite of that is negative thoughts, negative emotions that potentially can cause you to bring negative things upon yourself. And the Seven of Swords, like I said, I say that it represents the energy of joy stealing. Somebody else can steal your joy, maybe by literally stealing something from you. That can be what comes up with the Seven of Swords too, like theft or loss. But we can steal our own joy by like lacking confidence and having low self-esteem and things like that. So we don't take risks where we should. We don't put ourselves out there. We don't believe that we can accomplish something, so we shrink back. And that can be another reason why the Seven of Swords shows up, in my opinion. All right, so what card most directly representing yourself, Taurus, over the next period of 2 weeks? And it's the Five of Swords. See, these are the same kind of cards that I was seeing before I started the reading. So this is the Five of Swords in reverse. And, it makes it a little different, but it's still indicative of conflict. And again, maybe you having an urge, just like you can't help yourself. You have to prove that you're right. And some things are not that important. It's not worth it. Like, we don't have to fight every single battle. Sometimes we should be walking away from stuff and letting things go. But when this shows up, you could really be trying so hard, to be right and prove right to the point of like your own misery, stealing your own joy, right? Think the Seven of Swords and the power of joy. Like I'm, for example, staying in a relationship that's toxic, right? You guys are just not getting along. Like I was saying, I felt that maybe for somebody. So you guys, or friendship, whatever. Even a family member. Like sometimes we need to cut ties or, love one another from a distance. But you keep trying to be around this person for the sake of, or dealing with this person for the sake of like proving yourself right. Like maybe somebody warned you. I told you not to hang out with them. I told you not to hook up with them. I told you not to marry them. And turns out they're right, but you don't want to hear, like, I told you so. So you rather stay in a situation and a relationship, whatever, that's negative, that sucks, that's like eating you alive, rather than admit, okay, this isn't working out. Maybe I was wrong about this person. Or it could be the other way around too, more positively. Like you thought something negative about a person and you distrusted them, for example, and it's unwarranted. It's unfair. Like they don't deserve your distrust. They deserve, you to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you didn't. This card, I don't even think I mentioned, is the one. Oh, wait a minute. This one is the one that's most directly representing your energy. This is the overall energy for you. Is that what I said? I think that is what I said. Okay. So yeah, this is you guys. Did I say what happens when it shows up in work? Again, there just may be some sort of competition or something, and you have to be careful that you don't mess yourself up. You don't cut off your nose to spite your face. What are the other? Shoot yourself in the foot. Like you could be. So again, make sure that you are behaving as if somebody's watching you. Behaving as if somebody's watching you, because they may very well be. Okay, what card is the one that most represents the energy surrounding you? So like your close friends and or family, your work potentially, people at work and things, situations and stuff like that, or even your romantic partner possibly. Okay. See, they're all popping up here now. It is the Five of Wands. I didn't even have to go through that whole spiel in the beginning. I could have just waited and then pulled the cards. All right, so the Five of Wands in reverse also can point to conflict. And for me, often, if it's not about us being conflicted, right? Conflicted, so my inner turmoil is something, then it can be something at work, like I said, and maybe some sort of competition or some sort of conflict at work, not getting along with somebody. Or it is close friends and or family. And that can include like exes, the parent of our other child, the other parent of our child or children, or something like that, that we may have a conflict with. It's usually not random people. Like the Five of Swords could be anybody. You could be walking down the block and then somebody could step on your foot and then it pops off, right? That's a conflict. As opposed to something like that, for me, more specifically, the Five of Wands is work, or close friends and or family, if it's not about you yourself being conflicted. If you're looking for work, because I keep saying could happen, be involving work or whatever. If you don't have a job, you're like, well, okay, well, what does it mean for me? It's saying like, don't be afraid of the competition that's required to find work. Yeah, and don't be afraid of what you have to do, because you need to be more confident. You have what it takes, right, to get a job and be successful. And there is something close, very close. If you maybe like applied and you're waiting, especially with the other cards that are sitting here supporting this, something very close. So don't give up, and don't let, the fact that other people are also looking for jobs scare you and sway you, or dissuade you from looking at a particular place or applying to a particular company. Like, oh, well, they're probably going to be better at it than me. You make sure that you, before you try to apply, if you're feeling low about yourself, maybe do something, spend some time in nature, or do something that brings about the power of joy in your life, and so that your spirits are uplifted before you apply. Don't bring the negative energy into the application process or the interview or the hiring process. All right. Card. Oh, I didn't talk about love. So I was about to say the card most directly representing your work and finance, but I didn't talk about love in terms of the Five of Wands. So this could be, again, you having conflict with a person of interest in your life, or your romantic partner, and maybe, again, because of Mercury retrograde is why you had that conflict, or, difficulty communicating with this sitting next to the Five of Swords. Swords are about communication, thought, logic, ideas. Could have been because of Mercury retrograde. Whatever's coming up with the Five of Swords showing up between you guys, it's like, okay, maybe it's conflict, maybe you're fighting, maybe you get into an all-out argument, but it's like it helps the relationship more than it hurts it. It brings up and about things that we needed to discuss, and things that we needed to get beyond. So it ends up, adding value rather than detracting from your, whatever the connection is. If you're single, you have your eye on somebody particular, and it doesn't seem like things are moving forward, just like wondering like what's wrong, and certainly don't wonder what's wrong with me. Whatever the situation is, it definitely has more to do with them than it does with you. Right? Work and finance. Okay, nice. The Queen of Cups upright. So she's a very positive card, and she's always like a good omen. But in this position and placement, she could very well represent an actual person in your life who can help to facilitate. So maybe she's this friend that you call and you ask for help, or maybe, can you put in a good word for me? Or maybe they'll do it voluntarily. If it's somebody who is working with you, you are currently working, they work, with you, the same job, for the same company, or you have some sort of interaction through work with this person, and there's a way for them to, to help to facilitate something for you and to make it better. This person wants to, and they will. Maybe an actual direct, not only an actual female, but an actual direct water sign, like I said before, Scorpio, Pisces, or Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, in that order, who's trying to help you. If you work in a room by yourself and you're like, well, I don't work with another person, I don't have any interactions, I'm an IT person or whatever, I sit at the computer all day, whatever. It still means that things are probably better at your job than what you've been feeling. And if you've been waiting for an answer on a job, this is good news. This is good news about financial matters in general. So separate and apart from the work aspect, in terms of a finance aspect, this is positive news. Something could be going on and coming up or coming in that's going to bring you, again, the power of joy. The green man bringing some sort of abundance that'll put a big smile on your face if it has not happened to you already. Also, in a general sense, and particularly in this placement of work and finance. The Queen of Cups is somebody who you can definitely count on when she shows up here like this. That is like, solidly in your corner. She is a hard yes for you. And, will be willing in many, many cases to actually go hard for you and go to bat for you, as they say. Maybe you've been distrusting her and it's not warranted. Maybe that's what the conflict is about. That's a possibility too. And looking at it alongside the Seven of Swords. Or maybe you've just been asking yourself, because you lack the esteem or confidence in yourself, like, why does this person want to help me? Like, and maybe that's making you distrustful of them. Like, what is this? What is it about me? What do you want? Because we did see also, right, I'm pretty sure, yes, the High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess is a card that is all about you being super attractive. Oh, look, the Wheel of Fortune's upright behind her. So this is another good sign of positivity and things coming to you. It's a reversal of fortune. So if your life has been overwhelmingly fabulous, then you may be about to see like a downturn, or at least a halt to that temporarily, and other people having a chance. But for the most part, usually like the larger population, most people could stand some blessings in their life, right? Some abundance and joy. And so this is representative of that. Also of the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius. Maybe that's from where all this fire is coming from. Also connected to the fixed sign. So that would be you, Taurus, in addition to Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo, fellow fire sign Leo. Now, I was talking about this High Priestess because when she shows up, she's very attractive. So it's like people want to know you. People want to talk to you. People want to be around you. People want to date you. People want to offer you, work and support you. And so like, again, why is she trying to help me? Why? She's attracted to you. She's drawn to you. But when she's in reverse, the High Priestess like this, you very well may not realize what it is that is so wonderful about you, that is so mysterious and alluring and, attractive about you. It's like having dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, and looking in the mirror and seeing, somebody that belongs on my 600-pound life when you're actually pretty hot, But people go through things like that. And we pick apart ourselves. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'm terrible. I'm a horrible person. I suck. And everybody else is seeing, something completely different, that you're totally wonderful. So why does she want to help you? Because she's super attracted to you. High Priestess energy. And lastly, the one that everybody's always waiting for, right? Okay. The Three of Wands. I didn't turn the deck around, did I? I don't know why I felt that I may have turned the deck around. How funny is that? But I did. There's the High Priestess. They're telling me, pick up the deck, turn it around. So the High Priestess was in reverse. So the deck, I should have put it down like this when I put it back. So that means the Three of Wands should also be reversed. Don't worry, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. If you are single and looking very, very well, could possibly meet somebody. You only need one more wand here, right? For it to be the Four of Wands, which whether upright or in reverse is all good all the time. It is about joy and happiness. So this is like you being very, very close to that if you're looking for somebody and wanting to establish a relationship. However, there's this like, don't judge a book by its cover sort of thing. Like it might not be your usual type, or maybe again, you don't trust them. Why is this person interested in me? Maybe you think that they're too good for you. This person is too attractive. What do they want with me? And attractive doesn't have to necessarily mean physically. Maybe they are very successful. We feel like it's more so than ourselves, or they are attractive, or both, or whatever is drawing you to them. You just don't feel like you are worthy of that. That could be another reason why these cards are showing up, and that's not the case. So like, give them a chance, and like you can trust it. You can trust it. Go ahead and give them a chance and try it out, and you may be very, very happily surprised. They may bring about abundance and joy to you if you do. If you are already in a relationship and you recently had some conflict and difficulty. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. then this could be the end of it. This could be the end of that. And things could be getting better. Again, maybe because you had the talk or the argument, the debate, or whatever you need to do, that brought stuff up to the surface. Or you realized, hey, we'd probably be better as friends. I've been trying to force this relationship to remain, and I don't want it. Or, I've been trying to stifle this relationship and keep it from moving forward. And that hasn't been good. That hasn't helped anybody. I got to admit to myself how I really feel, and I do want to move forward with you. So those are those things. Let's do another spread too. Hopefully it's not too late. I can't even see the little clock on the camera. We're going to go ahead and take these that I mentioned in the beginning. And we'll give them a shuffle. So you had been starting with the energy of your ruler, Venus, the Queen of Swords, who is currently located in your sign. We'll see what comes up now. Another Queen of Swords could come up because there is more than one deck here. This is two decks combined. And I've just been trying to get back into some live shuffling just to separate, how to say, the men from the boys. And I would be one of the men in that case. The real psychics from the fakes, and you can see that very organically the cards that come up for me, repeating from spread to spread to spread. Anyway, we now have an overall energy of Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor with Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. So this can be about you taking on a leadership role, and maybe again somebody's looking at you to give you promotion, a raise, hire you for a job, or this fantastic person that you meet is perhaps a man who is, again, very authoritative and or successful, or a woman with some very big, like heavy masculine energy, and you say, well, how can I deal with that? Am I able to accept that maybe she's a little bit more masculine than me? Yeah. That may be the thing I was talking about. You have to look and see, like, don't judge a book by its cover, give the person a chance. Emperor, often a father or a father figure, a married man, a divorcee, a widower, somebody who is successful, who is like the family man type of person, even if they don't have any kids yet, like the marrying kind. And this can also be representative of a large corporation with which we may be dealing, a government agency, maybe the government in general, with what's going on around the world. Crowning the masculine is the Ten of Earth. Very nice. This is good for you. This is your energy, your element. A very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. You're surrounded by the Four of Summer, masculine. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. So that's exactly along the lines of what we've been talking about. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Check things out. Masculine subconscious. The Three of Water. A celebration, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. And the need to have more fun. So I think this is maybe a celebration of family. Maybe you're stuck in the house together as a family. Or there could be some sort of abundance that comes in, maybe unexpectedly. Right? It makes you happy. Thank God we needed this. I was becoming concerned about our finances, but boom, here this is. It could be some sort of lump sum, maybe a settlement, something that you're owed, maybe part of a government stimulus package with what is going on around the world. Crowning the feminine archetype is the Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research. Stop procrastinating. So feminine, having something to think about. She is surrounded by the Three of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. Three of Earth for me is about abundance that is earned. So it is ascension. It is raise. It is promotion. It is a new job. It is, love, family, whatever it is you've been praying for, you've been wanting, you've been manifesting, if you didn't earn it through some sort of labor down here on this plane, through actual physical work, then it is the work you've done for the universe, the work you've done for God by having good karma and filling up that karmic bank. You have earned, you are worthy, you deserve, and the universe wants to pay you. If it is a promotion from the universe directly, from God, like in terms of ascension, they're increasing your vibration, then that will manifest itself somewhere in the physical down here on this plane as well, because as above, so below. So if they give you that from above, then you will shine down here too. This can also have to do with meeting somebody, maybe at your job, maybe the boss. Maybe you got to consider dating the boss. Again, don't judge a book by its cover. Or maybe you're the boss and it's a subordinate. This can also be about making friends, working at a collaborative projects, whether at work or in your own life, getting together with other people and making things happen. And the feminine subconscious, it is the Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. For some of you who are, especially maybe who are single, maybe resonating with both the masculine and the feminine archetype, or you know, maybe you are dealing with somebody who is getting a home, or you're going to move in with somebody, a cohabitation, all those sort of things, home sale, home purchase. This Ten of Earth and this Ace of Water, which mirror one another, could very well be connected. I also want to mention, you guys, despite the fact that you just saw me cut into 10,000 different little piles and stuff, you guys got a lot of the same cards here as Aries, which I just recorded before you. If you're a Cuspian or you're dealing with an Aries, or, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, definitely check out the Aries video. Crowning. Speaking of Aries, it's the Knight of Fire, who's passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. They got this card too. Yeah, you guys got a lot of the same cards. The Knight of Fire is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and is like Prince Charming to the rescue. He takes action. So like the pages for me, they bring the news, they bring the information. A page of fire or wands would say, you know, here's news of an opportunity. And then this is you actually taking grabbing the opportunity by the balls. Feminine for you, particularly after having made a complex decision as to what you're going to do. At the root, foundation, it is the Eight of Summer. You feel that there's more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. Again, for some, this is about literal moving or movement, new home, home sale. It's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control. And look at all this water. This is all the water that I was feeling before I started the reading. I guess that's why I was made to mention it to you guys. I had to tell you. At the heart of the matter, speak of the page, here they are. It's the Page of Spring or Wands. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broaden horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. So here is the page bringing you news of opportunity in some or you know, several perhaps aspects of your life. And then here is you taking those opportunities on like a boss. Okay. The page, just like the Knight, is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Further advice to you, Taurus, to the masculine. From the Ascended Master deck, it is more of this earth. It's called purification. So this is about definitely like a cleansing, and maybe you need to spend time in nature, like the Green Man suggested, in order to like meditate and free yourself. This also, some of you may want to take this literally. I talked about health and things. I'm just getting something about maybe like the liver. And you might say, well, I don't have no problem. I don't have a disease or whatever. Anybody can need to clear, to detox the liver. Liver, you know, it controls a lot of our bodily functions. It's like our filter. You know, like things have a filter. And so you may need to detox that in particular. Just do a detox. While you're stuck in the house especially, it's a great time to work on your weight too, right? And your health maintenance. Do one of those drinks or something. What's that thing called? The lemonade detox. I don't know. I'm getting all kinds of stuff with that one. Feminine, you can do it, says Archangel Michael. So this is encouragement for whatever this decision is. And again, it's connected to abundance that's earned, that's going to make you very emotionally happy. Ace of Water can also be about love, either a new relationship, meeting somebody new, again, possibly at work, or reconnecting with somebody, whether you were together romantically before or not. It could be reconciliation of some sort, and maybe moving forward like that. Again, whatever it is, it's emotional fulfillment with the Ace of Water and a fresh start somewhere. From the Animal Tarot to the Masculine, the Nine of Spring, so more of this fire. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry. You'll get through them just as you have in the past. So again, if somebody's competing with you for your job, or so that may be what you've created, right? Your career path, your success, you've created. Don't let something that pops up get in the way of that and like stifle your growth. In terms of your relationship, maybe that's what you've created. You created a really awesome relationship. You guys just got a little lost in the sauce and haven't been communicating properly. Don't throw it out. You can fix it. You can work on it. You gotta communicate effectively. Or maybe some sort of single life, a plan, a pattern, for yourself, a path toward joy and happiness for yourself that doesn't involve a relationship that you're currently in, and you're wondering, well, how am I going to make it? Can I make it on my own? Feminine, definitely for you, you can do it. And also masculine, since this is your card, it is about not allowing yourself to feel down and out at any point. This is about perseverance and you winning, #winning. And lastly, for the feminine, Nine of Winter. Yep, this is another card that showed up for the Aries. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. Perhaps the reason you haven't made whatever this decision represents is because, some sort of you're overthinking and you're nervous and whatever. This worry is needless. There's nothing here. This is all super positive energy. And so this is in your head. But you have the potential to manifest actual negativity into your life if you're focused on negativity. So again, your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. You don't want to give power to what you're afraid. You want the power of joy, right? Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. I hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. Like I said, I'll try to be back on the 1st with the next one. If you like the video, please actually, give it a thumbs up, like the video that way. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. If you like any services from me, energy healing, readings of your own, merchandise, or to just be, friends or to chat, whatever, social media, DMs, all that stuff will be in the description box below the video. Thanks again. Namaste.